Good morning, traders. Richard here in quick Ichimoku cloud chart market review of Bitcoin. Got the daily Ichimoku cloud on here. In the last update, we were right here as Bitcoin was fighting for support at the bottom end of the cloud. It was vital for a rebound to come there. And then the thesis at the time was the rebound buy there, the successful cloud chart support, and then the upside resistance targets at the top end of the cloud. So that thesis did not play out. We had a collapse of Bitcoin price action through the bottom end of the cloud, and that started a whole new bearish outlook. Any price action below the cloud is bearish. You can see we've had a tremendous long period of bearishness in Bitcoin, October, November, December, and then once it gets within the cloud, there sometimes is a trend change. We were looking for a breakout past that top end cloud chart resistance or a rebound from the bottom back up to the top end cloud and then a breakout from there, but then support failed to hold here at the bottom in the cloud, and then Bitcoin, the taps opened and Bitcoin corrected further. Things to watch out for in the dailies: when Bitcoin becomes too far extended from the top and bottom end of the cloud, we get mean reversion. So we'll get a similar situation to this, where it gets too far extended from the cloud and then slowly grinds back down or back up to the cloud chart resistance zone. So we could see a bit of weakness here, further weakness here, and then a mean reversion type scenario where it grinds its way back up to the bottom in the cloud chart resistance zone. So that's the upside resistance targets on the daily Ichimoku. Now let's take a look at the weekly. Now what's interesting to note on the weekly, we've had a really multi-quarter bull market in Bitcoin. Then it sliced through the cloud here and then entered bearish territory. We now have got a bearish outlook here, but interestingly enough, key levels to watch out for is the support zone here. So you can see this bottom end cloud chart support zone, it's fighting heavily for support at that zone. So if we get a successful rebound and support test here, we could get back up to the bottom in the cloud as the next targets, and then once it breaks through there, we're back in bullish territory somewhat within the cloud, and then we need to see a clear cloud breakout to be ultra bullish. So that's the scenario. If we get a successful test of support here, the upside target would be the bottom end of the front end of the cloud here, 100k there. The other critical level to watch out for, now let's say we don't get this successful rebound here, then the next downside target for the risk is this one is 73, and then the next downside support target is the top end of the cloud here at 60,500 roughly, and then the bottom end of the cloud here is this zone here at 49,000, and then the big downside risk target is this cloud chart support zone here at 23,000. So there's significant downside risk in Bitcoin if it fails to rebound from these cloud chart levels. So watch out for those. Now the other thing to watch out for very closely, we zoom in here, is this lagging line of the Ichimoku cloud. Now sometimes that tends to find support at the cloud chart level, so watch very closely. If we keep getting support on this lagging line rebounds from that cloud level there, then the rally should be okay to the upside. That's one thing to watch out for. It's a late stage signal. If this dips below the cloud, then obviously the front price action would already be down here. Then this front end cloud prediction that there's further downside to come will then be valid. Then we've got these downside targets to look forward to: 73, 60, and then 49. These are all the downside risk targets on the weekly Ichimoku cloud. So keep a close eye on this price action this week to see where the lagging line is going to end up, to confirm a late stage confirmation that we're still in bearish territory. But price action below the cloud is bearish. We've got it red there, and we really need to be back above the at least the bottom end of the cloud, and the top end of the cloud to be ultra bullish on Bitcoin. So that's a scenario. Downside risk targets here: if support fails to come back in at this 78,000 zone, that's a significant support zone. You can see it's also an April low here. Are we going to rebound from that or dip back down to this April and May, these lows down here in August to the downside? So those are the factors to watch out for on the weekly Ichimoku cloud. Turning to the 4-hour Ichimoku cloud, you can see a little bit of recovery there back above the turning line of the Ichimoku cloud. So that zone should be support. We could see a test of that support, and very important to watch out for a potential rebound from that turning line in the Ichimoku cloud. The next level of resistance would be the bottom end of the front end of the cloud. Yeah, see, we are navigating that zone. If support holds in around the turning line and we get past this front end, bottom and front cloud chart resistance, then that standard line of the Ichimoku cloud is the net upside target. If we manage to break through that zone, then the bottom end of the cloud is the next upside target, as well as this top end of the front end of the cloud. So these are the upside risk targets, upside potential targets basically, and we've got our downside risk targets all on the 4-hour, daily and weekly Ichimoku cloud. So these are the catalysts to watch out for on price levels. Thanks for watching. Until next time, happy cloud chart trading. Bye for now.